Hello again, my lovely friends. This is Grace, and welcome to layout number 2 in my double page inspiration series. And with this one, I'm focusing on what you do when you want to do a double page spread, but you only have single sheets of the papers that you want to use up. So I am working with, as you can see, 3 different pattern papers here. The one that I'm going to cut out right now is from LE Studios, and it's kind of have a grid design with a border on the right hand side, and then there's that pinkish tone from American Crafts. It's actually from a summer line, and then I had a honeycomb from Recollections. Oh, and I'm going to be adding a 4th paper. This is from Graphic 45, and I'm going to cut that in 4-inch strips. And so I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of papers in my stash, and I want to use them up because sometimes in my scrapbook page, in my double page spreads, because they sometimes either match with a color scheme or they match with a theme, but I only have one sheet of that paper. So with this one, I decided that what I will do is I will pick up that pink color on the top right of that LE Studio paper, the one that has the grid, and I'll pick that up and then spread that on the left side with my pink. It's not solid, but it has a very subtle design. So that way I can make sure that they balance out, because whatever I do on the left side, I need to do it on the right side as well. So there's that balancing act there. But then also, because of the honeycomb and also the Graphic 45 4-inch strip of paper going across the board, that it ties that page together. And then I'm also going to be using these very old arrows from Scenic Route. I've had them for a long time. And another thing that I love to do in my double page spreads is, of course, the way to balance them out is to whatever you do on the left side, you do on the right. And so with this one, I am making some arrows from the scraps of that paper and cutting out my own kind of arrow points so that there's those arrows leading up to the two. I'm making the eye, or I'm leading the eye to where I want it to go with those arrows. And I am using, again, a bunch of pictures. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I use 11 3x4 pictures, and then I have one 4x6 photo. And with my title, I am going to use 2 different letter stickers. The white one, which I love, I just really love this. I think it's called Loopy Loo. I might be wrong, but it's from Doodlebug, and I have it in black and brown and the white one because I love the script font on this one. And then I'm also going to be using the puffy stickers from SEI, which is kind of a navy blue one. This layout is actually made from my October homemade kit, and I will make sure to link up the direct link for that homemade kit so you know what else I put in that stash. And I decided to do 2 different letter stickers for this because I was looking at it and I felt like if I would have used the white one over that honeycomb, that it might just kind of blend with my background, and so I decided to use the blue one instead. This was actually made from a sketch, a double page sketch that I found in October. And if you've seen this on if you've gone to my blog, then you've seen this page already. But if you're seeing this from my YouTube channel, then you will see the process video. I decided to trim that 4x6 photo a little bit and then mat it with some blue cardstock. Again, going with the theme of what you do on the left, you do on the right. I used the blue one to match the blue letter stickers that I put in there. And the sketch actually called for a different kind of framing with the center paper, and it had that inside notch. And I don't have a specific punch to do that, and so I just used my circle punch and just kind of do it, instead of making a circle, do a half circle and do it in the corner, and that's what created that specific notch. Now I love this paper so much, the pink one, that I wanted to save up some of the background, which are green with some sunglasses, and so I cut out just a little piece of that paper on the background that I know will be covered up anyways. I like to do this because I love paper, and I can never decide which one's better, the B side or the A side, so I like to cut up pieces of them. And when I was adhering the papers that would go over this background, there were some adhesive that are peeking out from the hole, and so that's going to be a problem for me, because whenever I move that around, then that's going to affect my process. So I just added a scrap of pattern paper, or scrap of paper actually, to go over the adhesive because I couldn't pull it out. And so I'm just building up my layers here. I decided that I wouldn't cut out any piece of that right hand paper, or the paper from Ellie Studios, because I don't really need the other side, so that was kept as a 12 by 12. And as you can see, I didn't want my double page spread to be moving around, so a trick that I did was I just put them on my mat, which is actually a very big mat that's used for sewing, and then I taped the bottom, just the connecting pieces of the paper, with some washi tape. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit different now, because this is my third process video that I'm doing voiceover for today, and so I've been doing a lot of talking, but I hope that you can still understand what I'm saying here. So a little bit about the pictures. We live in the beautiful state of Colorado, and these pictures were taken in 2012, I think. Yes, 2012. Anyways, there was one Saturday that we found out that some of I think it's like, if national parks and national monuments in the area, or actually nationwide, they were having free admission day. So we had this fluorescent national monument close by where we live, and so we took a drive, which is only about a couple of hours away, or maybe not even that. And so we went and we did some exploring. And the interesting thing about this specific monument was that they found some dinosaur fossils in there, and also like really old tree fossils, I think that's the word. Anyways, and they have like really big stumps of trees that they think it's like sequoia trees. And we know that sequoias now are mostly in the West Coast and more in California. So it's a very interesting thing to note that um, our landscape has changed over time, and those things that we now know are meant specifically for a certain state can actually be found in the Rocky Mountains, like where we live. So yeah, these are the pictures, and we took the trip, I believe it was sometime in January, so it had snow on the ground, but it was okay. It wasn't too cold. And then I'm going to be adding that 3x4 Project Life card. It's from the value kit of Heidi Swapp called Fill in the Blanks, and I think the prompt was things that make me happy or something like that. And I just hand journaled the things that were making me happy about this specific trip. So another thing that I found to be kind of a challenge when I'm making event type of scrapbooking is so that my journaling doesn't seem too redundant, because like I said before, I do a lot of event scrapbooking, so I mostly my journaling is all about the who, what, where, and when. And so sometimes to spice it up, I like to use prompts like the 4x6 journaling card. and then I focus on the happy things that I remember about this specific layout, instead of just saying, oh, this is what we did, this is where it is, this is when it is. So I think that was another tip that I have for you if you struggle with journaling about the same old, is maybe find products that would help you and prompt you to do something else other than what you normally do. Now I'm just adhering all the arrows now, and I think my video cuts out before I add all my finishing touches, but I do have a few close-up pictures that you can see where I added some enamel dots, enamel hearts actually, and then also some stickers. I use stickers from a My Mind's Eye pack that had some golds and also the pinks, and then the enamel hearts I think are also from My Mind's Eye. Oh, maybe I'm adding it here. So you can see all of the choices that I have. And I hope that you're enjoying this series. I am really loving the accountability that I get from doing this series, because then I get to crank up some much needed memories that need to be documented. If you have any questions, or if you have a specific thing that you would like me to focus on, please make sure to leave that in the comment section below. Have a great day, guys. Bye.